Hello, I'm Francis Cecilia from GlobalNet 21, and I just thought I'd mention and talk about the crisis that we're all facing today. We all know that many of our communities are in crisis because of the coronavirus, and many people are looking at what they can do. And there are people in Enfield trying to make a difference and help people cope with this crisis. In 2011, we had a crisis that was of a very different kind. We had riots in the streets, and people got together then to try and do something about it. One of those people in our borough was Emma Rigby. Now, Emma is someone who thought that somehow we ought to bring the community together. She created Doorstep, and since then, she's done a lot of work on helping develop a project around community safety. But the coronavirus is a very different thing. It's widespread amongst all communities. Particular groups, especially those at risk and those who are elderly, are likely to be affected more than anyone else. So Emma, amongst with others, have tried to look at how we can, as a community, help each other. So she's tried to develop a system where people and organisations work in partnerships. And I hope this will expand to include everyone, including the council, who will work with Emma and others to try and develop a fairly comprehensive system of working with each other. She set up a WhatsApp group to bring organisations together, to pool their resources, to exchange ideas, and to actually deliver to people where there is a need. She's also set up a Facebook group where people who want to volunteer to help those in need can do that. And so that's a really worthy project that she's doing. She's done it very quickly and it's expanded very rapidly. So she's going to tell us, we interviewed her, and she's going to tell us a bit about that and how people can get involved. Because if you want to get involved, it's the best way that we can help each other.
Obviously, Love Your Doorstep's been going for 10 years, and this is the type of thing that we do in the community. It made a lot of sense to me to pull together our partners and use our social networking platforms to bring volunteers together. So just to give people an update on where we're at the moment, we've had over 300 people register with us to volunteer, and that's across the whole borough. And the data that we have, we're able to break down into postcodes if the matter gets to the point where we do need lots of people power. The other thing we set up immediately was a group of all of our charity and not-for-profits. We've developed some fantastic relationships over the years that we've been in Enfield, and we felt it was very important to open up lines of communication immediately between those. So what we're doing at Love Your Doorstep is just coordinating the approach. At the moment, everything seems to be in order, and what we're going to do is launch what the offering is out to the community, potentially today or tomorrow. So we've set up a number of things that the community will be able to access. But what we don't want is a situation, for example, like Grenfell, where so many people wanted to help, but unfortunately they had things like food rotting on the ground. So I think with a coordinated approach, which I feel we've got, we're going to be able to get through this as a community.
So what you did, in fact, is you set up a WhatsApp group, didn't you, in order to get the organisations together, and you set up a Facebook group in order to get the volunteers together. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. So we felt we needed to keep it separate because we're in constant communication with the charities on the WhatsApp group. We've also set up team leaders in the WhatsApp group that will communicate out to the different areas of Enfield. And we didn't want to bombard the volunteers with all of that while we're putting it together. So we will communicate out to the volunteers separately with everything that we might need help on over the coming days, weeks, as the coronavirus kind of might step up in our community.
And if people want to help in any way, organisation or individuals, where do they go?
So we've got an Enfield Coronavirus Facebook group set up. And within that group, if you join it, you can just register your details on a form in there. And if there's any charities or partners out there that would like to be involved in the WhatsApp group, please just contact Love Your Doorstep and we can arrange all that for you.